Newcastle. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, first of all,
Oh, sorry about that. I apologize. It's staying here.
I'm just gonna fix my hair.
Charles.
Hi, Matthew. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, tu parles français?
Juste un peu, je suis acadien.
Acadien, tu parles français? Speak French?
Oui, juste un peu. Ma famille est dans une BSNL.
Baie-Saint-Anne?
Oui.
Avec Yvon Durel?
Oui, et devant Durel. Mon grand-père, je mène dans
pêcheur.
Le pêcheur dans Escuminac.
Est-ce que jusque les pêcheurs sont tous morts?
Oui.
60 ans passés. J'ai été à la célébration
Okay.
l'été passé.
Oh.
C'était 60 ans. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, we should probably start speaking.
Sorry about
I'm
that.
gonna restart the time.
I know there's some people who don't understand French, so.
There's a difference between French and Chiac.
You're speaking Chiac, right?
Yeah, right.
We don't talk about Chiac.
Right quick, as a police officer, if you go to YouTube, you write Fred Loiseau, and you'll see that he stopped me, and he said because I filmed a police, you know the whole story, a soldier got beat up by a police officer at a club. Anyway, make a long story short, he turns around, he says, call me over, and then I realized there was trouble, so I put my camera in his face. And I said, what did you say? He said, you want your service in French or English? I say, Chiac. Chiac, I presume that's French. Now the difference is this. In English, Charles, you're not allowed to ride a bicycle on the sidewalk without a helmet. Therefore, you're going to receive a fine. French, Quebec language, that's what I call it. That's what I call it. Langage de tapette de Québec, that's what I call it. Charles, tu n'as pas le droit de conduire ta bicyclette sur le trottoir sans de casque de sécurité. Tu vas recevoir une amende. OK? Chiac, Charles, t'as pas le droit de travailler ta bike sur le sidewalk avec pas de helmet. Tu vas avoir une fine. So that's the difference. There's a French course.
Yeah, like a
No,
lot.
speak in French if you want.
I don't know.
So I think there's 3 people who doesn't
I would-
understand French.
Well, I mean, I personally would be more comfortable speaking.
It would be, I could tell. His French, it's been a while he never spoke French.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I could
Try
tell.
for 5. Try for 2.
He has an accent, a strong accent.
Or
Don't
you
play.
try it in Chiac.
Oh, Shaq, frig.
Mange la merde.
Oh, well,
Just try it. See what happens.
Oh boy.
Back and forth.
Viens plus proche. Viens plus proche. Ah, c'est bon.
maybe you don't know the focus.
Ouais, c'est alright.
Um,
Ouais, focus. Allez, talent.
Peux-tu expliquer I'm just gonna try in English. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know he's having this. See, if you don't practice it, you're gonna lose
Yeah,
it.
it's been a couple years. So
And it's very, but you'll get it back.
I'll get it back.
That's all right. Not
Anyway,
today, but
not
you will get
today,
it
not
back.
today.
Okay.
So, reading the bio that Morgan gave us. You
The what?
A bio that Morgan
Okay.
gave us,
Yes,
like
yes,
some
yeah,
like
yeah,
bit of,
yeah.
like bit of like preliminary, like your baseline research. You said in a quote that that your type of like blogging. You said you'll never see this kind of journalism again. What did you mean by that?
What I mean by that is I'm on social assistant, I'm not proud of it, but that's the way it is. And what you see right now, a guy on social assistant walking the street, the Capitol, and excuse my language, taking like his poop don't stink. Like going after people on the street, going after public figure and asking questions. You will not see that again. That sort of journalism, you will not see that again, because now it's sort of like, for an example, La Francophonie. Hayes announced that there was we're going to have a news conference in the morning. I showed up there. I didn't want to go there. I showed up this Chantry place. And there was a communication, the commissioner told the communication guy, Jean-François Pelletier, he said, Charles, the conférence de presse, look at me, and he goes, nah. Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm not the journalist like with the rest of them, what was wrong for me going there? And just, get the facts on the francophonie. So when I say, I'm sorry. When I'm saying that you'll never see that again is just raw, non-editing, and that's what I should have said from the start. Communication, at first when I did this, communication was always like this. But they realize I don't edit. And if I don't edit, there's no need to go like this. So you'll never see that again. I don't edit, and that's what benefits me, because what we say, they know I'm not going to make them look bad, just taking the parts. Unfortunately, that's what the media does a lot these days.
And yeah, you've mentioned like here and there about the urban media a few times, because they do control a decent amount of the newspapers in the province. What do you have like take into big issue with like one company? Sorry, let me finish.
You just think what I think of one company owning the majority of the newspapers?
Yes.
Competition. Competition is very, very important. And to see what happened, and your professor will recall what happened in the Woodstock episode there, when they had a competition against the Irving media. The company, the Woodstock Bugle, Irving-owned company, and there's the citizen in Woodstock try to compete, and
Every time.
yeah, and industrial security showed up. They raided even the owner's house, and they go in an area and they make sure that the publicity, commercials, advertising. Thank you. The advertising is free until the competition is eliminated, and that's what I don't like. And personally, it's I know they're trying, but there's no competition here in this province. That's why they had to eliminate me there when I started.
Do you think? How do you think we can, us as like young journalists, how we can solve this and creating more competition? How do you think?
Competition now, the Irvings, I've seen the Irvings in the future. Right now, they got newspapers all over, little towns, all over the place. You're going to see one paper with different section of the province in one paper only, because it's costing too much money. And the future generation is Facebook. And there's going to be something after Facebook. We don't know what it is. And people have to get used. See, the problem I'm having for future generation, future journalists is, excuse my language, they don't get off their butt. They stay in and they go like this. And a fine example is what happened to the owner of the Victory Meat Market a couple of months ago. I'm very upset. I was very upset with the CBC. Sep Chippins, a very nice guy. He owns the Victory Meat Market, give a lot of money for charity and everything. And there was a disgruntled employee. On a Friday night, somebody wrote on their Facebook, and they did a story on the Facebook post, a disgruntled employee. I was going to personally go after the CBC on the street with the reporters. Hey, I know a disgruntled employee at Tim Horton. I know a disgruntled employee at Burger King. I know a disgruntled employee at Sobeys. But that's the future media. Can Irving compete with electronic? See, everybody says, well, it's on my Facebook. Excuse me, what's your name?
Matthew.
No, but that's what you say. Matthew what? Day. Oh, Matthew Day? But you say it's on my Facebook. But people don't know Matthew Day. They don't know his name. So how can they find it? So how is the future journalist going to get the electronic to compete against the Irving? But the Irving won't be along. They won't be around long the way it is. It's going to be squeezed in, and I don't see any competition in the future. But I think people will value more Facebook and social media than they do. They don't trust the big monopoly. That was a long answer, sorry.
Oh no, it's fine.
By the way, this is my first time I do this in 6 years.
Oh, 6 years. Doing what in 6 years?
This,
Like with a.
I appeared in front of the UNB law students in UNB.
Oh,
They
okay.
made a presentation. I just posted it before I came here. It's my first time in 6 years. So I'm a little bit nervous here.
Makes me feel any better. We're all nervous. So. 'Cause, if we're well, like for example, and this is right now. I'm nervous right now. So. Sorry. Sorry, I just got lost.
Pronto, Otto.
You're down to 2 minutes.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, we're just going to give you some tips. We'll get
Oh.
it here.
Well, I guess.
ahead.
Well, I guess. Well, you said there's like fear for like young girls getting off our butts. Like, what is some advice to young
Say
journalists?
that again?
Like you said, we want us to get off our butts. What are some advice? for
Well, oh yeah,
young
to say, I mean, just like I said with the story about the Victory meat market, they should have went and asked customers when they walked in, how were they treated, and really go on the street and, you know, connect, to have a story that just a disgruntled employee on a Friday night. And is in the CBC website on Saturday, and nobody went out on the street. I think that's disgusting. I think you should do some face-to-face communication, and that's what's missing these days. A lot of people, the whole Twitter, and Facebook, and they don't go out. Like me, just for the record, I'm banned from the legislature since 2008. I've been banned for life. And I wait outside. I know what time they go out, but I'm on the street. In the legislature, they will come out, say, with the premier, talk to us, the communication people, right? So there's no, the premier has no opinion. The minister has an opinion. The minister has no opinion. So they leave. Me, I'm outside in the cold. And I had one reporter come to me and say, hey, excuse me, Charles. I said, hold it. I got seniority here. I'm outside, you know. I'd rather be outside than be inside. And that's what people got to do, get off their butt and run outside and get the facts, not just, okay, so what do you think about this? You know, they gotta get out. Done?
Okay,
Thank you very much.
so what did you
Say more.
think? Charles, what did you think?
Well, this, it was good, but then that's why I was looking for my thing there. Is it there? Anyway.
What were you looking for?
I was looking for, let me see if I have it. I was just trying to help here. Oh, here it is. It was marking, but you gotta have everything all short.
Those are the questions you got?
No, this was something is, like when I was gonna do an introduction, so I write only me, that's like shorthand.
Okay.
Every one of them, I look, there's a story. So that's why I said, when he was going and looking, but that's
You were
it.
gonna show him your sheet of how you were supposed to write.
Well, but it's like shorthand,
Yeah,
like
just
if I
write
see
it.
signed condition not to talk to MLAs, you wouldn't know what that means. So that's the story I said about the MLAs. Barnett, assignment, remind them to maybe have assignment tomorrow.
So show
see your
Charles.
notes?
Yeah, good.
So you want to see your notes? Show him your notes. What do your notes look like
Well,
compared to his notes?
ignore this page first.
Yeah,
Of all.
I know those are not notes.
That's
His doodling in orange.
I will.
Do you have
I
short
did.
notes?
I have sheet notes right.
Short notes?
Not well, they're not short.
Read it.
Uh,
Read me the first 3 lines.
I just write like purpose is to educate the public of injustice. Tomorrow 9:30.
Say that again?
Purpose is to
No,
educate.
no, no. Your questions.
Oh, and my questions. See, and also a lot of my questions were already asked at the beginning.
So just read it. I want to see how you wrote your notes.
There's one.
Like this you wrote before the class?
Yes.
Okay, just read a couple of lines. I just want to see your method.
I think I wrote just right one. Do you want to see more people like you in journalism?
Okay, so what Charles means is you need to write more people like you. That's all you need.
You have ADHD, right? Yes.
Not diagnosed. I don't think I'm diagnosed or anything. But
Why do you say that?
Why do I say that?
Yeah.
Look at his note. No. If he's bored,
oh, I don't do that. Oh, that wasn't today.
no? Was that?
It's the doodling.
Yeah.
So you think he has it?
Well,
maybe you have it,
No,
I don't
I
know.
think he's see it. My God, don't get depressed. There's nothing wrong having ADHD. No.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just like,
Did you doodle that?
did I doodle that
Show
today?
everybody.
No, I used to do the same
No, I
thing
think
in
it's quite
school.
good.
If he's bored on an issue, he will
Yeah,
start.
he didn't do it today. He had it already.
Okay.
I saw it. It was
My
already
sister's
there.
a
And
fan.
also the orange stuff I didn't. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
No, but
The orange thing I actually didn't. The orange ones I actually didn't doodle. That was actually my girlfriend that doodled that. We were
No,
studying
but
together.
I know, you can tell it's completely two different people.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
pyramid is.
The pyramid is good.
My sister's a family doctor. She's a doctor at a consulate in England. So not
really?
don't take my
Yeah.
don't take what I told you have ADHD from me. There.
So, what did you think though of this?
I think
It was
he.
very nice of you to try to help.
Yeah, thank
No,
you
no.
by the way.
Very
No,
kind.
no
and
problem.
to say, what did you say? Pronto.
Prototon, take your time because it just he wanted to
Yeah.
say
It was
stuff,
a
but it would
long, awkward
exactly. And when
walk.
you're a journalist,
Yeah, I know.
So their thing is, I made notes when that was happening. And what is the story of the owner of the Victory Meat Market? Okay.
Can I sit down, please?
No. No, you can't. We're not finished. So the thing about this, that's a moment when you couldn't think of a question. But the obvious question is, what happened with the owner? What happened that night? You get more detail.
Yeah.
So if you're suddenly drawing blank, remember I told you if you're panicking,
Could you elaborate?
can you elaborate? Can you explain this? And actually I'm really curious because I didn't know. This must have happened when I wasn't here. I don't know.
This here?
The Victory Meat
It was a
Market.
little while ago, yeah.
yeah, this happened
What happened?
3 months ago.
Yeah, it must have been in December when I was away. So what happened?
What happened is, like I said, a
There was a disgruntled employee.
employee wrote
Why?
on Facebook that the owner hollered at the worker in public, which wasn't nice. And personally, I know the owner, and I know, money. He
Yeah,
wants a lot from
of
his
course.
workers. I
They're
mean, that's the
under
way
a
it
lot
is.
of
You want to run a business, and you
And
gotta
also
be
you don't know
harsh.
what did the employee do? Why?
The employee got upset and
But why did he get
got
yelled at?
fired. She quit and fired. And
Okay,
he said,
but why did she get yelled at? Was that clear from the story?
the story was that she wasn't moving, she wasn't doing what
Fast
she's
enough?
supposed to
Okay.
do.
Okay.
And then,
And the CBC didn't talk to Victory, or they did? Yeah, so that's outrageous.
no, but I mean, there was no comments and it was done right fast.
I would, that's
And-
really bad. You can't write a story like
No.
that. So my point is, if you're suddenly panicking and you don't know what to say, just, even if you already knew about Victory, you could just,
Yeah.
When I run out of stuff to think of, I ask, or if I want to take notes because something that was said was so good,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want them to realize that I'm all excited about what they just said because it's super damaging to them,
Mm-hmm.
then I will ask another question about something I don't even care about,
Mhm.
just to play for time.
Mhm.
So I can keep writing my notes. Or if I panic and I don't have another question, I'll just remember but it's a good, you know what I told the kids before you came? I said, now, I understand that Charles LeBlanc will go off and not stop. And so the challenge will be, can you get the interview back on track politely?
You read minds, huh?
No.
No, I was just
Morgan
gonna
is
say
very
that.
helpful.
No, yeah. Now, I was,
Just outed Morgan.
I was just gonna say
But,
that.
but this didn't happen, and so suddenly, you were very interesting, because you just stopped talking.
Yeah.
That was really interesting.
And let's not forget, I have ADHD, and to his fairness, there's a story, he asked me a question, and I'm getting flashback with
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
and then
It
I'm
was
going
very
somewhere else.
interesting.
And then suddenly he said,
Yeah.
okay, he's going there, then he lose focus on what we're talking about. And it's very difficult to follow.
It's very hard to do this. I'm putting the students under a lot of pressure. Now, there was another really interesting thing that you said, about banned from the legislature for life. So, why was he banned? What's the answer? I'm assuming you know since you didn't follow up.
I never said,
No, he didn't say, but he didn't ask you,
I
so
didn't know.
you didn't know, right?
I didn't know.
Because I don't know either. Okay, we'll let you off the hook. You can come down.
Thanks very much.
Josie, Marcel.
Well, we have one more. Oh, you're the third one.